Okay, think about this for a second. Your entire digital life, all your photos, your private messages, your documents, it's all just sitting on a server somewhere out there in the cloud. But have you ever really stopped to ask who's got the key to that vault? Today, we're going to do a deep dive and compare the two giants that hold most of our data, Google and Apple. It's that nagging question, right? It's in the back of all of our minds. You hit backup and poof, your most personal memories just fly off into the ether. But are they really private? Is anyone looking? Is it a person? A robot? Who's actually watching your stuff? All right, before we get any further, we have to get one thing straight. Security and privacy, they are not the same thing. Not at all. Security is all about keeping the bad guys out. Will hackers steal my stuff? But privacy, that's about the company you're trusting. Can they get in and look at your files? It's a really, really important difference. So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, I'm just going to give you the verdict right up front. Then we'll look at Google's whole deal. Then we'll jump over to Apple. After that, we'll put them side by side, and we'll finish up with a super simple plan you can use to protect yourself no matter which one you use. Okay, let's just cut to the chase. Here's the big takeaway. When it comes to your data, you can think of it like this. Google is safe but watched, and Apple is private but expensive. Google does a fantastic job keeping hackers out, but yeah, they're looking at your data. Apple, on the other hand, can give you true privacy, but it's going to cost you, both in money and in a little bit of a headache. Now, let's unpack what that really means.
All right, first up, the big one, Google. They are the undisputed giant of convenience. I mean, how many of us use Google Photos or Drive every single day? It's just easy. But let's pop the hood and see what's really going on.
And here's that split we were talking about. For security, Google is amazing, world class. Your data is locked down tight from hackers. But on the privacy side, Google keeps a master key. It's like having a safety deposit box at a bank. Sure, you have your key, but the bank manager has one too. And if they have a reason, they can open that box right up. So you're probably wondering, why do they need that key? Well, their computer systems are automatically scanning for some very specific things. The big one is something called CSAM, or child sexual abuse material. They're also looking for things like malware or spam hidden in your files. And just to be clear, their policy for 2025 says they are not using your private photos or docs to train their general AI like Gemini unless you say it's okay. But having robots do the scanning, well, it can go horribly wrong. This quote, this is from a real story. A dad took a picture of a rash on his toddler to send to the doctor. Google's AI got it wrong and flagged the photo as abuse. And just like that, his entire Google account, his email, his photos, his contacts, everything was gone. Permanently. And there was no human he could call to fix it. Just locked out forever. So with a terrifying risk like that, why is Google so popular? Well, this number right here is a huge reason why. 15 gigabytes of storage. For free. That's a ton. It's enough to get almost anyone started, and it makes it the default no-brainer choice for millions and millions of us. Okay, let's switch gears and walk over to the other side of the digital world. We're now entering Apple's famous walled garden. And let me tell you, they play by a totally different set of rules. The magic word at Apple is end-to-end encryption, or E2EE. This is the key to their whole privacy promise. So remember the bank vault analogy for Google? With E2EE, it's like you have a vault in your basement, and you are the only person on planet Earth who knows the combination. The data is scrambled before it even leaves your phone, and only your other devices can unscramble it. Not even Apple can peek inside. But, and this is a huge but, you don't get this level of privacy automatically. When you get a new iPhone, it's set to standard protection. That means Apple holds the keys, a lot like Google does, and they can be forced to hand your data over to the police. If you want that true lockdown privacy, you have to dig into your settings and manually turn on something called advanced data protection. And this right here is the trade-off. Perfectly laid out. With incredible privacy comes incredible personal responsibility. Because if you turn on advanced data protection, and then you forget your password, and you lose that special recovery key they make you write down, your data is gone. And I mean gone forever. Apple can't help you. There's no back door, it is locked in a digital vault, and you've thrown away the key. And here's the other reason we call Apple expensive. They only give you 5 measly gigabytes of free storage. That is nothing. It's not even close to enough to back up a new phone. So if you want to use iCloud for what it's for, backing up your device, you pretty much have to pay them every month. All right, we've looked at them both on their own terms. Now let's put them right next to each other and see how they stack up. This is all about who really is in control of your digital life. This table really sums it all up. Free space, Google, no contest. 15 gigs beats 5 every time. What's the default setting? Well, both companies hold the keys right out of the box. Can you actually hide your data from them? With Google, nope. With Apple, yes, but only if you turn on that advanced setting. So what's the biggest risk? For Google, it's that automated system banning you by mistake. For Apple, it's you losing your password and locking yourself out forever. Which means the best use case is pretty clear. Google is awesome for sharing and collaborating, but Apple, with that special setting turned on, is built for truly private backups.
Okay, so you've heard all this. Now what? The point here isn't to make you paranoid. It's to give you the power to protect yourself. So here is a simple plan that works no matter which company you use.
Rule number 1, and this is the most important one, the medical rule. After hearing that story about the dad and the doctor, this should be crystal clear. Do not, I repeat, do not upload any photos of your kids' injuries, rashes, or anything like that to any cloud service. Keep them local or just delete them after you've talked to a doctor. It's not worth the risk.
Rule number 2 is the gold standard for keeping data safe. It's called the 3-2-1 rule, and it's super simple. You want to have 3 copies of your most important data. Those copies should be on 2 different types of storage, like, say, one in the cloud and one on a physical hard drive. And at least one of those copies needs to be stored somewhere else, offsite, which is what the cloud is perfect for. This protects you from pretty much anything. And finally, here is your homework. If you're a Google user, go to takeout.google.com every few months and just download everything. Put it on a hard drive. That's your 3-2-1 rule right there. If you're an Apple user, right after this, go into your settings, find Advanced Data Protection, and turn it on. Then write down that recovery key and put the piece of paper somewhere safe, like a real physical safe.
So in the end, it all boils down to this one question. There's no one right answer here, just a choice you have to make. Are you going to prioritize the amazing convenience and free storage that Google offers and just accept that you're being watched? Or do you value that ironclad privacy that Apple offers? And are you willing to pay the price and take on the responsibility that comes with it? Now you know exactly how these digital vaults work. The choice is yours.